What's I in
Church of Pentecost. I'm here in Kumasi.
Ah, that is what it got to me. Oh, praise be to his name. Praise be to his name. Welcome to our studios, Zainab.
Thank you so much for having me.
How have you been?
I've been good by the grace of God. It's tiring, but we love it, so we don't even feel it as much as we're supposed to. I slept the whole journey here. If anybody saw me and videoed me, I'm in trouble.
You were asleep in the car.
I was asleep.
But how's the journey been? I mean, how many years are you into ministering?
Well, I started when I was 13.
Hey.
I'm working out, and it's 46. Hey!
Someday inside,
someday inside.
But how has it been? Like the whole journey?
It's
the highs and the lows.
I know. The joys.
The tears.
The tears. I know. Listen, it's a combination of all of that bringing me here. And so I always say that I don't look back to regret it. But the most important thing is I love to enjoy the present and believe God for a bigger future. Because of that, I am not in too much stress. My stresses come when I have something big about to happen and I want God to make everything perfect.
Exactly.
But saying that, I love this journey. It comes to me naturally. And so it's my adrenaline, if I should say. It's my adrenaline to get through life. It hasn't been easy, but one would say I didn't. As we clock heights, it makes me know that it can get bigger. So if I don't know whether you get what I mean, it doesn't make me worry about the future. It makes me enjoy the present and give it my all as though it's the last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. True, I can relate to that because in the other song that I was talking about, you made mention of the omnipresent, the omnipotent God having knowledge
of what's about to happen in the future and making provision in the now.
In the now.
So,
I was like, there is a reason for now, and there's a reason to be happy for now and enjoy now. And most of the time, I think when we worry a lot about the future and what the unknown, we worry a lot about the unknown. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's giving you the great gift of life, the ultimate gift of life.
Today.
Today. So what are you doing about today? Amazing. So you enjoy the now.
Yes.
You celebrate your now.
And then you believe God for the future.
Mr. Dynamic, that's what says so. Awake experience. Awake experience. So does it mean we have Awake as the title sponsor?
Yes, sir.
So they're on?
They're on this year, yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So when is it happening?
It's happening on the 16th. Well, we're doing 3 cities in Ghana. Great. And then we go to New Jersey in September. And in Ghana, we're doing Accra, which is Sunday, the 16th of February.
Okay.
At ICGC Christ Temple East. And the time is 4 p.m.
Okay.
And then the following week, the 23rd of February, we go to Kumasi. And then the week after, which is the 2nd of March, we go to Sunyani.
Okay. Because I saw on social media that you announced Sunyani as being what informed that decision?
So this year, every year we go to God, we say, Father, what next? What do you have for us?
Let's push the boundaries.
Let's push them. That's exactly what God said.
Push the boundaries.
Move.
See Peter, the door.
Kowenim. I say, Nyame say, we've dwelt here. Yawa kra Kumasi. Now you movie. Ntina fe aka hina yeko. And but Nyame adom tini nyina agree say yemfa Sunyane nka ho. And Sunyane phones for twin. Some of the cities are more twin pa. Sunyane Takrade and a north for netri. And I feel Nyame be kwanya e di Sunyane aka ho. Ntino and no be koso use bet hotel. It was Sunyane on the 2nd of March.
demand, yes, and I know that they will definitely. You have fans over there, people that want to see you, people want to come to the concert and enjoy the presence. But how was it like before putting it together? Like, were there people on the grounds that made conscious efforts
to bring me? Yeah, because you call Bantima, you call Kumasi Bia, no Sunyani for no Abba. No more bar, only, yep, I don't know my and the way I share man, how God arranged things. We still haven't even gone on the grounds in Sunyani, but things are moving.
Wow. You don't have a team on the ground.
I personally haven't gone there. My management haven't gone there. But your team on the ground, sir.
Wow.
Almost Jumano and when we are free, I know this person. It's me I know this person, and we are here. And now the hotel I events almost say your billboards here anymore. We'll give that to you. Your LED display. Bring us your artwork. We just say.
Sunyani is a good place to be. I've actually worked there before for 4 years, and I stayed in Usbert Hotel for 1 year. They're amazing people. I can tell you that for a fact.
Wow,
and once it's good to hear that you're saying that they're giving you stuff. They're actually giving you stuff.
The gentleman called and said, we have an LED screen that displays the events that are coming up. So bring us your artwork.
You want to put it on?
We want to put it on.
Oh.
And then he was like, our billboards will be available after the 14th of February. And so bring your artwork and just do the printing and hang it. We'll give you the, things like that. It's been amazing.
Awake Experience 2025. We're doing 3 cities in Ghana. Listen, Accra. It's your turn on the 16th, and Kumasi follows the week after.
Yes.
And then the week after, we're in Sunyani as well. Sunyani Usbet Hotel. And I know my good folks that are listening. So the short code for the ticket runs through.
Yes,
right?
Everywhere.
Okay, so rates are going in 120 Ghana cedis. Double
that's in Accra.
That's in Accra.
Yes.
120 Ghana cedis, single, double 220, VIP 250, and then for a family of 500 Ghana cedis. I think this is amazing. So if you're listening to me right now this morning in the great city of Accra, *725 *8080 hash. That is *725 *8080 hash. Now, if you want to book more, in fact, if you want to bring your family and your family is not 5, you have like 10 or 20, we go feel customize and give you, sir.
Yep.
Yes, and the number to call this morning is 054 690 7473. That is 054 690 7473. My special guest this morning, we're live on Facebook. Dinah Hamilton is here. Facebook, it's Hits 103.9 FM. We're about to get into it. I want to know some of the artists that are performing alongside the great Dinah Hamilton.
In Accra, it's yours truly, and then Kofi Osupepra, Kwekute, Pastor Joe Beecham, and Team Eternity.
Hey!
Yep.
Powerful set.
Yeah. That's Accra for you. Kofi Osupepra, Kwekute, Joe Beecham, and Team Eternity. And then in Kumasi, we have Uncle Ato, Cindy Thompson, Kwame Jedu, Mabel Ochery. And then we go to Sunyani. We have Emmanuel Awatri, we have Sandy, we have Kwame Jedu, Kofi Sapon himself, and then Diana Hamilton.
What informed bringing all these superstars together on the tour?
It takes a lot of thinking, planning, meetings, prayer to settle on the people for every particular year. And this year, Nyamise, we are on the move. One, we wanted to make sure that every city we had people that were on the ground, as in home people. And so you go to Kumasi and you have Kwame Jedu, you do Sunyani and you have Emmanuel Awatri, and in Accra we have Kwekute, the young ones, we have them on, and then obviously we'll have Uncle Ato, Cindy Thompson bringing the experience, Kofi Sapon, Pastor Joe Beecham, and so we are believing God for a great night.
Well, the rates in Kumasi
that we have at the moment is 80 Ghana cedis for standard, 150 Ghana cedis for double. The VIP is 200, and the family of 5 is 350.
Nice.
And then the Sunyani one, the standard is going for 60 Ghana cedis. The double is 110. The VIP is 120. And the family of 5 is 250 Ghana.
Awake Experience 2025, and I'll repeat the short code *725*8080# Dinah Hamilton is here, and we've heard we've seen on social media that you commissioned a school in Tamale. What informed that? What inspired you to do that?
So there's the Dinah Hamilton Ministry. There's also Dinah Hamilton Foundation.
Okay.
And the foundation is being birthed because of the gifts God has given us. I'm pretty sure if I was just my nursing, I wouldn't be here even talking to you. And because of that, we're using what God has given us to bring change to affect the nations around us. And one of the two things that Dinah Hamilton Ministries we do, the Hamilton Foundation does, health promotion and education.
Okay.
And with education in mind, one time I was scrolling through social media and a Fiatam Amankwatamaclo had on her Instagram that there were some kids lying on the floor in school, and they were writing on the floor. And there wasn't a classroom. It was just, I think they had an uncompleted building. And they were lying on the floor, no chairs. It wasn't covered. And it was actually a thatched building. It wasn't uncompleted.
Wow.
And I was really moved. So I called her and I said, "Where is this?" And she said to me, "It's somewhere in the OT region." Bear in mind, those times we were doing a lot of charity whereby it was in the cities because we couldn't get to the hinterlands. My team is a very small team. But God laid it on our heart that it was time to go to the people that truly need it, that aren't getting the support. So when she said this, we're like, okay, this is where we're going. And by the grace of God, we got help from people giving us money. And we started this 3 years ago.
Wow.
And we're able to build the school. We're able to furnish it. And what you just saw is when we went to commission the school. And I said that it's one of the most fulfilling things for me. I was truly touched and happy. I don't think I can explain it enough. Some of the things that touched me was your testimony. That is a reward for me. And this, yours become a spiritual reward, a very, spiritual reward for me that every time I pray and we do this after I've moved, done, and we put these events together, God will use the songs to bless you. But then also to be able to get the funds to do this and physically see the joys on their faces. And the appreciation that came from the chiefs, the pastors, the whole community. Like we turned up, they just brought me they put it in a car and sent it to Tudu. Was it Tudu they sent it to?
Wow.
And it was amazing. And we say this, that it's when people buy these tickets, and while you say that, the number you put out, we give people the opportunity to support the Dinah Hamilton Foundation by giving us something extra during experience, which we call the premium ticket. And that, we don't even advertise that. It takes people that want to say, "Diana, I want to be able to send you out there to give a borehole to a community that needs it, a hospital, a school." And such people, when they give us this extra, we give them some little perks and special treatments at experience, i.e. front row seating, designated parking, meet and greet. We call you, it gives you that assurance, that confidence, that bragging right that you are somebody who supports a ministry that affects generations and nations around. And so the short code is for the tickets. But if you want to get the premium ticket, that's when you call the number that was on.
Let me put it out there
054.
again. 054-690-7473. That is 054-690-7473. If you want the premium tickets.
That is not advertised. We get to deliver the ticket to you, and then on the day you show up for a front row seating.
But what were some of the challenges involved in putting up the school? I know financially.
So we had
financially it's going to be.
Somebody promised us to fully build it, and then they left us midway. And and so it was difficult getting the funds to do that, because initially it was going to be 100% support, but maybe 40% down the line, we were left to do it alone. But those are the things that make me very happy that we were able to still.
It was challenging.
It was very challenging. The other thing was the distance when we couldn't go. But then God used Church of Pentecost to help us.
Okay.
We realized we will not be able to go there, but the church is in every corner. And because of that, we called the church and said, well, we'll make the money available. Can you help and build it? But the funds will come from us. And I'll say that I love my heart to that church for, accounting to the dot and making sure that this thing was delivered, and how they organized the thing. The whole community helped build it. The children, the excitement, the GES people, everybody. Everybody.
You've so that means you've gotten or the recommendation from the GES.
Oh, they came. Well,
government reps were there.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Government reps were there. I think the head of Ghana Education Service in the area was there. The chiefs, the churches, the community leaders were all there. They were all there.
I'm sure a very, very fulfilling event.
Yes.
And I would say congratulations
Thank
to you.
you.
I mean, to you and the team as well.
And then they chose to make me a queen. That was the one that
Queen? Why you don't you?
No, that was the one that I didn't see coming.
You did not see that coming.
No. I didn't see it coming.
Dana Hamilton is my special guest this morning on Showbiz Review here on Daybreak Hits on Hits 103.9. We're getting into it. Awake Experience 2025. Accra is on the 16th. Get your tickets right now. Tickets are rolling. 120 Ghana cedis, 220 for double, VIP 250, and for family of 5 is 500. Short code is star 725 star 8080 hash. Let's get into this one. TGMA.
Okay.
Dana, what we need?
Sir.
What we need? But for 2025, there's a new category, and I don't know if you've heard of it. Best Urban and Contemporary Gospel Song of the Year.
Okay, yes,
that's
I've
a new.
that.
Yeah, you've
That's
seen
a
it.
new one, yeah.
You've seen it flying
Yes,
on social
yes, I
media.
have.
What do you think about the introduction of it?
I think, well, the more the merrier. I think it opens it up for genres and groups that feel they are underrepresented, or their crowd might not be able to, how do I put it? Their work is not being appreciated more because they don't quite fit into the ones that are already there. And so I think it's laudable. I think.
Do you think it's going to, the new category, will it change anything in the gospel fraternity?
No, I think it will bring more people that are working hard that are not being noticed. If I read it correctly, then it means that those that are doing the rap, the urban gospel, will also be recognized because they're doing some great jobs there.
There are two things that popped up on social media when the new category was announced. One, it being a crossover category, more or less a crossover category, where elements of quote unquote secular music genres are being crossed over into gospel. Now, the category or the scheme has made their stand strong by saying that only gospel artists qualify, gospel artists who have elements of R&B, pop, soul, whatever, embellished Indian music qualify to be in that category. However, other school of thought are saying that, look, what if a secular artist also drops a project, a gospel song, and it's in the same light? Does it also have the heat to also cross over into the best urban and contemporary gospel? Some are saying it's faith-based, and it should be as such. It should be left as such. There's a conversation around it. Where do you stand on this? Do you think secular artists or general artists who do a gospel song needs to be also acknowledged when it comes to best urban and contemporary gospel song of the year?
I think this thing has been discussed at length.
Yes.
And sometimes you hear, even in gospel, you hear when a secular does gospel, and there's the discussion to put it onto that because what they're singing is gospel, and it hasn't happened. I think this is a scheme, and they sit down and they make these rules, and we have to respect the rules that they make with these. And I guess it's because they feel that the other genres are they have a wider range, and so maybe not to declutter. I mean, to declutter this, not to make it, not to clutter it.
They just want to separate it.
They want to separate it, and I want to leave them to do that.
But personally, where do you think classification of music should be for an award scheme? Let's say Diana Hamilton is to set up her own award scheme in 2026, God willing, and I want to hear the anointed say amen to this. The anointed are going to say amen. Would the classification be based on the message or the messenger, or the music genre?
Like I said, I haven't thought about doing that, so we'll leave that until until I sit down to think it. But what we would say is, I think that with gospel, the message and the messenger are supposed to be in sync, and I think that's where VGMA is basing it on. That what makes gospel different is the fact that the person and the message, i.e. the messenger and the message, have to have a life that sync. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Until they come out to say otherwise, I think that's what it is, and we want to lead them to do that.
I'll push you a little bit on that before we jump onto another, because I had Akwabwa in the studio, and we're building a conversation about urban and contemporary song of the year, and he was of the view that sometimes the classification of artists also sets a limitation to the creativity of that person, because there can be an artist who does, let's say a classical example would be Akwabwa, who is more into love ministering, and he believes that talking about love is also part of God's work, and he believes that he spent down a couple of songs for gospel act himself. He also has gospel songs, and he believes limiting him to a scope where he can't be expressive to his maker through music, and for an award scheme to box him in that light doesn't really speak well of the scheme. And he believes that Charlie, for artists it has to be a level playing field. If I'm doing a music genre, if Dinah does a song and the bedrock of the song is a high life tune, why shouldn't Dinah qualify to be in the high life song of the year? Because we had Shatawale, who is a dancehall artist, winning the high life song of the year. So should it be based on the music genre, or should it be based in the message? That is where he also came in from.
I think what we're what is at play here is the fact that when it comes to religion, we sometimes we're very territorial. When it comes to religion, people are very, for lack of a better word, unforgiving and very firm on their stance. And because of that, people set certain standards, and they feel if you don't meet the standard, it's difficult to sell the message. That's what I think it is. And because of that, obviously these award schemes are popularity based. And I'm pretty sure that they don't want to offend their crowd,
a certain
group of people. And then also you see how urban gospel has been carved out of gospel, and they're very territorial about that. Maybe they feel that how other people in the secular world are able to cross over to high life, Afrobeat. One person can win one style at a time. But if you come to gospel, they've had to bring urban gospel because they feel they are not being giving the
more categories and all.
And so I think it's just trying to, this is me thinking that they're trying to make sure that everybody is happy, and things change is quite difficult. So let's see where that goes.
Dinah Hamilton is here. Awake Experience 2025. Accra is on the 16th of February. Want that I had to share my testimony. My testimony is so huge. In fact, I changing my scope, I changing my thought process to today. How I see life and how I value life changed dramatically when I got introduced to these two songs of yours. And I'm sure that you've been ministering around the world. Has there ever been a time somebody, after the show moved towards you and I want to tell you, I want to share my testimony with you? And what would be your biggest testimony that you had?
Oh, for me, every testimony is great. And so it's not even, yours is a beautiful one. But I'll tell you a very, 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 very recent one. This premium tickets, somebody called to get herself a premium ticket. And she gave a testimony. She wanted to introduce herself. So she screenshot herself from one of the videos we've put out. We just put out my meditations video. And if anybody goes to watch that video, there's a lady holding her passport and singing, very emotional. And you could see she was having her passport in her hands. And she wants to relocate to the United States to do that. So when somebody's giving a testimony and you can relate and you understand, you know the magnitude of it.
Yeah.
And she said on that night, she felt led to come lay her passport on the stage. I remember vaguely somebody coming to the stage, vaguely, that to put something there. I think she left it there or something. But that I don't even have visions of it. But all I see is in the video, she has the passport raised. She said, well, I went to write that exam. I had no immigration issues and I passed at the first attempt.
Wow.
NCLEX is an exam that I know somebody who trained in America wrote it 5 times. And somebody who lives in Ghana got it at the first attempt. Listen, my sister wanted me to do it. When I saw the books, I decided I won't go. So I won't say I didn't do it. I'm buying premium tickets because I want to. These are the things that make us happy. We had one person sitting at the phone. We used to go to CCB auditorium in Tech.
Yeah.
And this girl, I could see. I was like, it's either she's dramatic or she's really in need. I remember her very well. And I extended my hands and I shook hands with her. And somebody captured that picture. And she says it's a picture for her. Anyway, she's framed that picture as her picture and she rubs it in the face. Anyway, she's framed that picture as her picture and she rubs it in the faces of team